If one more label try to stop me, it's gonna be some dreadhead niggas in your lobby. You don't want no problem with me.
To get away with murder. Let's get into it. Frank killed Bonnie's pedophile daddy last episode, so she has to go to get him cremated so she can bury his ass or do whatever she gonna do with the ashes, okay? Frank is there. This is supposed to be a secret from Annalise. Laurel knows what's going on, and Laurel calls Bonnie, but Bonnie doesn't really want to give her any information. She just tells her that Frank's fine and never really tells her any details. So Laurel is back, you know, back in DC or Pennsylvania, wherever the fuck, Connecticut, wherever the fuck they are, back at the ranch, okay, feeling some type of way about the fact that Bonnie is there with Frank and she has no idea what's going on. Did I mention that she's quite thankful that Frank killed her dad? Yeah. They even fuck about it. Yeah, they do. Okay, they actually fucked about it. A go-to scene for the black girls is them in a hairdresser, okay? Like, I really did appreciate this scene. Mary J. Blige is weaving Annalise's hair, okay? Like, and then talking about being on cocaine and it being a hell of a drug. And I'm like, see, Mary, see, wouldn't have happened if you wouldn't have kept making music. You'd have been doing somebody here talking about the days when you used to be on doing coke. Talking about it was a hell of a drug, because we all know that's what Mary used to do anyway. But yeah, y'all, and then Paula J. Parker was there talking about how sexy nasty Nate is and how bitch, if you gave him up, I'm going to get him, all right? Because everybody wants to fuck nasty Nate, okay? So Bonnie and Frank are in a hotel room or motel room where they're going to be staying while she's dealing with this shit with her dad. And she asked him, why would he take Wes to see Mahoney and then shoot Mahoney right in front of Wes? And he says that because it was the only way to make sure that Annalise didn't come after him. Or is that what he said? Hold up. Because he needed to know Annalise wouldn't come after him. Yes, that's exactly what it was. And I had to read it and make sure it was right because it didn't make sense to me. Why the fuck would you think making him watch his dad get shot in the fucking face right in front of him the first time meeting him would be the right thing to do to make Annalise not come after you? Especially when it made Wes a suspect. So of course she was gonna come after your ass. The fuck are you talking about, Frank? And this is when we start to delve into Frank's past. 11 years ago, Frank's ass was in jail. Okay, he had been in jail since he was 13 years old. Apparently, he pulled some lever and a car fell on his dad, and we saw that his dad was in a wheelchair, okay? And he had planned it. He planned it for weeks, he said, to kill his dad. And once he realized he hadn't killed him and he just broken his legs, or however the daddy got fucked up, he was like, damn, Frank, you can't even do that right. You couldn't even kill him right. And apparently Sam, you know, went to him because Sam's sister was friends with Frank's family, and they wanted to know why he hadn't been visiting anybody, he hadn't been calling anybody. They were worried about him regardless of the fact that he tried to kill the daddy, okay? And something about that to me proves that something else happened with him and the daddy. I don't know what it was, but he was having nightmares about the daddy, and of course Bonnie is there to fuck him and soothe him and get his mind right before he leaves her the next morning. But back to 11 years ago, Annalise did not want to fuck with him because the first time she went to talk to him, he lied to her, you know, and basically made it seem like he was a sociopath when really he's, you know, snot out of his nose crying in front of Sam about what happened with his dad. So obviously there was some type of abuse there. So it ended up with Annalise deciding to take his case and obviously eventually get him out of jail, which eventually got her hit in a car accident and losing the one baby she was able to keep. We come back to the present. Well, not the present, but not so far in the past. Because y'all know the present is the house is on fire, Annalise is in jail, we're at the hospital, Laurel's in the hospital, she's pregnant, somebody else in the house is dead, we don't know who. That's present, okay? But just a little further back, okay, what is it, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, whatever? Annalise goes to an AA meeting and sees the president of the university there, okay? Apparently Lisette, and that's what I'm gonna call her because that was her name in I Like It Like That, which I loved her in. So Lisette, because I never call her what her real name is because they just call her the president. Like I said, Lisette was there. Okay, and Lisette was like, you know, trying to bond with her at the meeting. But Annalise was just waiting on her so she could ask her, how you gonna replace me with Professor such and such? Like, what the fuck? Like, you really think I won't sue you? And Lisette was like, bitch, look, do you really think we would have fired you or pushed you to the side like we did if we thought you had basis for a real lawsuit? Bitch, bye. You need to stop fighting so hard because it's starting to look sad. And Lisette walked out on that ass. And I was like, Annalise, come on, you gotta gut punch Lisette, bro. You gotta gut punch her, bitch. Get your life. So Annalise goes home to throw away all her liquor, but then she starts to reminisce on times with Sam and all the miscarriages and just gets flooded with emotion from thinking about the past and starts to drink herself into the nastiest fucking vomit filled drunken night I've ever seen in my life. Like, this shit, let me tell you something, TV people, let me tell you something, okay? Just for regular television, I don't need to see the vomit that thick. I don't. I really don't need to see the vomit that thick. I need to be, you know, like liquidy into the shit, and then the hair be wet. But I don't need to see the actual chunks of throw up in the hair. Can we not do that again? Can we not? So, I don't know the little asshole name because for some reason I never heard anybody say the little asshole's name. But y'all know the guy that's been kind of giving the crew a bad time this whole fucking semester because he's jealous because he's not one of Annalise's chosen children. Well, Michaela steals his laptop because they had the arbitration. I don't know what the fuck the arbitration is, but it's a class and they needed the outline. And he had the arbitration outline and he wouldn't share it with anybody. So they stole the laptop to get it. Meanwhile, they find the flyers calling Annalise a murderer on his laptop. So they take it to Annalise like, it was him the whole time, bitch. What you want us to do? And I'm like, I knew it was him, that little asshole. I can't stand that little motherfucker. That's why I'm glad I ain't even learned his name. Did y'all see the way Michaela went off on him? Like, you touch anybody else's stuff in here, you spineless, bald little piece of shit of a man. Like, I was like, yes. But anyway, so Annalise takes the laptop to him. And I don't know what she got out of it, but he bitched up and brought the arbitration outline to class for the rest of the students and was like, we cool now? And then walked off. So I don't know what happened. But I do know because of that, Annalise was able to bring a lawsuit to Lisette. And basically tell her, bitch, I'm going to sue the fuck out of you. And if you think it's a game, just wait on it and you'll wake up tomorrow morning to a huge lawsuit being the bulk of your very short time as president of this university, bitch. So she says she's going to go talk to the people about it. But then she tries to have another real moment with Annalise and tell her that you need to get help because you can't do it on your own. She like, bitch, I ain't trying to hear all of that. You just filing fucking papers, okay? So Annalise eventually is going to get her license back. But before all of that happened, she was still drunk and fucking throwing up all over the place. And Wes had to come there and beef for her. And she basically put it in Wes' mind. And it was already in his mind. And he had to break up with Maggie because Maggie and Nasty Nate are too good for Wes and Annalise. And it's true. It's totally true. He can't keep lying to her. So he basically asked Laurel like, well, can we be together since Frank is gone and I'm going to break up with Maggie? And Laurel was like, Frank ain't gone. And then she tells him about Bonnie being with Frank. And just as she's telling everything to Annalise and asking Annalise, did she try to kill Frank? Bonnie walks in like, bitch, you couldn't wait 10 minutes, huh? You couldn't wait 10 minutes and I would have been here and told you everything you needed to know. You had to go run and tell Wes, who had to come run and tell Annalise, bitch. Back at the hospital, which is in the actual present time, Oliver calls Connor's phone and Michaela's mom, who is some country old white lady, picks up the phone. And Michaela takes the phone from her and she's like, look, I don't know where Connor is. His phone was stuck in my sofa cushion, okay? She don't know where he at, but what's going on? Oliver is like, oh my God, did you not know that Laura was pregnant? That Annalise is in jail? The house is burned down, bitch. Somebody dead in the house. Where have you been? But let's go back to what the fuck is really her with Michaela's background. I thought she was like coming from a rich family, but apparently she came from some hillbillies that adopted her, but they're not even worth her time or effort to speak about. Yeah, what's going on with that? When do white hillbillies adopt black kids? What's really good? I don't know, y'all. That was basically everything that happened on How to Get Away with Murder. So yeah, I'll see y'all in the next one, okay?
On my mama, on my hood, I look fly, I